All right, welcome back everyone. So what we're going to talk about now is our dynamic athletic movements that myself and Dr. Grant will also prescribe to his clients who are really trying to work on some rotational power. And a lot of these movements are going to help improve foot functioning and improve your hip functioning. So here's an exercise that I love doing. It's a lateral crossover sled drag. So what you'll need is a sled, but again, if you don't have a sled, you could always just take a resistance band and you can tie it around an anchor point like a squat rack or something that's sturdy, and you can do the same thing with the resistance band. You would just do 2 steps and then 2 steps back into the band. So you'll still be able to get some benefits. But if you have access to a sled, I definitely think this should be involved in your current routine. So what Dr. Grant's going to do is he's going to grab this sled. He's going to start with his arm straight, so there is tug. So there's no lax in the band. And he's going to begin by taking his left leg and he's going to cross over and try to bring that heel over his knee. And the same thing goes with the other leg. And he's just going to have nice high knees as he's walking all the way down. So he's going to do a couple of reps just to stay within the camera. He's going to high knees, good, high knees, good, good, beautiful. And just go right to there, good. And he's going to come back and he can go on the other side. And so what we see when we're doing this movement is we get a lot of good function from the hip or from the feet. So one foot is going to get into that pronation, the other foot's going to go into that supination. And that's very valuable when you're going to work on, especially if you're a golfer, even if you're a volleyball player or if you're a basketball player, where you need to have proper functioning of your feet in order to really improve your performance and reduce your level of injury. Dr. Grant, what did you feel in your lower body? Right? Did you feel any...
I felt a lot of engagement of my core and a lot of my hips, right? A lot of those areas we targeted with the foam roller and the lax ball. And then you feel everything down to your feet, right? You feel the foot pronate, you feel it flatten, supinate, like open up this way, make your arch a little higher. I have flat feet, so for me, I feel the pronation a lot more. But everyone's gonna have different ankle anatomy, right? So that's one thing we look at is, okay, how flexible are you? Do you have foot limitations? And how can we make this exercise better for you? Because once you understand that, and you can really grasp what your feet are doing, everything up the chain makes a lot more sense.
And also you gotta remember for you basketball players, volleyball players, golfers, baseball players, right? You may have some type of pain going down in your lower extremities, your knees, your ankles, your hips. The good thing about this is it's a low impact exercise. And the things that we don't want our athletes to do when they're injured, even adults, we don't want you to sit around and rest and do nothing, right? You don't want to do things that are going to cause much more damage to that injured tissue, that injured site, because blood flow is one of the best things to improve, the functioning of that area, to improve the health. So this is a great exercise that I do all the time because I suffer with some knee pain from my years of playing basketball, but it helps me continue moving, helps me building strength around these weak areas instead of just sitting around doing nothing. So this is why it's great to have tools like this to keep you moving versus just doing nothing and hoping the pain goes away. But actually when you get back into your sport, the pain just comes back because you didn't really, you figured out the symptom, the pain, but you didn't figure out what caused it. So this is why it's a great movement because it can fix your hips, fix your feet, and also build strength around these weak areas. And Dr. Grant too, in your experience with training, how many times you see athletes, people in the weight room, they're stuck in the sagittal plane. They're always doing, your squats, your deadlifts. What are we doing when we're moving that sled laterally? What are we working on?
Well, you're working on 3D motion, and bodies move in 3D planes, right? We're not 2D Mario moving across the screen, right? We move in spirals, diagonals, forward, backwards, lateral, all at the same time without really thinking about it. So this allows you to work, I'm bringing my leg up in one plane, but then I'm crossing over, right? And then my feet are working in multiple planes at the same time in different directions. So it really challenges your nervous system to do something it's not used to doing, and that's what makes you dynamic. That's what gets you that edge on the court, in the field, whatever sport you play in. So it really just helps your awareness and understanding the control of your body.
Absolutely. So this is a great exercise. This is that lateral crossover sled drag.